Hi everyone, it's Steph here from effieandcards.blogspot.co.uk, and today I'm just back to share with you another tutorial, and this is what we're going to make today. Excuse the box because it is just a prototype. We're going to make the proper one on camera, and I love this using acetate for the sides so you can see what's in. And what it holds, it will hold 6 mini cards and some little envelopes. The cards measure 3.5 by 3.5. I've hand stamped my own DSP. I'll show you the products I use to do that. So we're going to do one card and envelope on camera, and then we're going to make the box as well. So we'll just pop them to one side and we'll get started. Right, for the card base, I'm using rose red cardstock, and it needs to measure 7 inches by 3.5 inches. Then score on the 7-inch side at 3.5 and fold and burnish that. Then we'll need a piece just to layer up on the inside, and this measures 3.25 by 3.25. Then I've got another piece of card. This is wild wasabi cardstock, and this measures 3.25 by 3.25, and this is going to sit on top like that. And then this, you can use DSP of your choice, or you could do like I did, and I've hand stamped this, and this needs to measure 3 by 3. The stamp set I've used for this is this new hostess set, and it's called Tranquil Tulips. This is beautiful. It's a 2-step stamp, and I just think it's gorgeous. This is available if you spend £150 or more. You could choose this as your as part of your rewards. It's the only way you can actually get a hostess set. Okay, so the colours I've used on here, I'll just get them and show you. So I've used wild wasabi, I've used rose red, and I've used the new in colour powder pink. We'll just pop them to one side. Right, so we're just going to quickly construct our card. I just used Tombow for this. Put the inside piece on first. Just got a little stamping to do and a little bit of punching as well. So just pop that, and getting it as centre as you can. And flip that over like that. What we'll do is we'll mount this bit onto the wild wasabi. Just like that. And then a bit more Tombow on the back of here. Just really quick and simple little note cards, and then just pop that in there, as straight and as even as you can get it, and just get my bone folder to just reinforce that fold. That's the basis of our card done. What we're going to do now is we're going to use this new punch, and this is the Pretty Label punch. And this replaces the decorative label, which is now retired. You can also get this in a bundle, and this is the stamp set you can get it in a bundle with. The Label Me Pretty, and just beautiful. All of these fit inside there, lovely. And if you purchase it as a bundle, you do save 10%. So what we're going to do is I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White here, and I'm going to just go ahead and punch 2 of these out. One's for the card, and then one we'll put to one side for later, for the front of our envelope. So I'll just pop that one to one side. Now for the greeting on the card, I'm actually using another stamp set, and this is Garden in Bloom. This is another one of my favourites. It's a beautiful 2-layered stamp as well. And the one we're using today is Hope You're Feeling Special Today. And then on the inside, because that's just what you are. So I'll get my block and I'll mount them stamps up. And we're going to be using rose red ink to stamp this. Just put that one side. And grab my ink. just ink that up. Yep. And then just pop that down. Oh, sorry, I think I'm out of shot. Right, there we go. Just gonna get a baby wipe just to quickly clean this stamp. And then pop that to one side. And while we've got the rose red ink out, we're going to go and stamp the bit on the inside as well. Just ink it up. I've misstamped it a little bit, but you can take more care when you do it. So pop this ink away, otherwise I'll end up sticking my fingers in it, as usual. And then I'm just coming in with some wild wasabi and one of our finger daubers, and I'm just going to ink around there just to give it a bit of definition. Just like that. Pop this away as well. And we're going to attach that with some dimensionals to the front. But before we do that, I'm just using some of my rhinestones. These are the ones out of the last annual catalogue. I'm waiting for my new ones coming, but they will do for today's purposes. Pop them on like that. Turned over, get a couple of dimensionals. Oh, sorry, I keep on taking you out of shot, don't I? And just take off the release paper. Just like that. And then I just like to put mine in the centre, like that, and there is our little note card done. And I just think it's so cute. Now what we'll do is, we'll go ahead and we will do the envelope. So for this, you'll need the envelope punch board, which we have here. And also we need a piece of paper measuring 6 by 6. One second, I'm just getting all my rubbish out the way. Now I'm using this one, and this one is from the Fresh Florals. It's a new in colour stack, and it's so beautiful. So it's obviously powder pink, and then you've got the lovely flowers on the side there. So what you want to do is 6 by 6, and you want to line it up at 3 inches, and then punch and score, and then just line up that we've just done. With it being a square piece of paper, you could just line it up at 3 every time, and that will work too. And last one, just move that rubbish out the way and figure out which one's going to be our top. This one here is going to be the top of mine, so I'm just going to pop that in here just to give it a nice round corner. So we'll pop that to one side because we've finished with that now, and then just fold and burnish these lines. Just think this would make a nice little gift for someone who loves to give out handmade cards. You know, just as a nice little present. So obviously that's going to fold up like that. Get me mini glue dots, and just going to pop one on that side there, and then just fold that over and stick that down. And then what I do is I just get my Tombow and just run a little bit of Tombow just up here like that, and then fold that over and just press it down. And there's our little envelope. Then we get our other label that we punched out and just apply that. You can apply with fuse or snail. I'm just using Tombow because it's here. And just stick that on there like that. And as you can see, that card fits in there beautifully. So we'll set them to one side. And what we're going to do now is we're going to make a start on making the box. So for the box, I've done it in a couple of stages. I'll tell you the measurements of everything we need first. The acetate for the front and the sides needs to measure 7 3/8 of an inch by 3 7/8. On the long side, if you score it at 1 3/4 and then just rotate it and do 1 3/4 again. Then for the back panel, which will connect to the acetate, this needs to measure 4 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then on the long side, you want to score it at 1/2 inch and then rotate it and score it at 1/2 inch again. The lid needs to measure 5 7/16 by 3 5/16. And that needs to be scored at 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. And this is the base of the box, and this needs to measure 4 7/8 by 2 3/4, then score on all 4 sides at 1/2 inch. So what we'll do is start with our base. We'll just go ahead and fold and burnish these score lines. Like that. And we'll go our snips. It's just as if we're making a box. You just cut up that score line and slightly notch out of both sides to create a tab. And do that on all 4 sides. Come out. And again on this side, just mirror what we've done on the other side. Last one. So we'll be left with something that looks like that. Now I'm just going to use my fast fuse, and you just want to put adhesive on these 4 tabs here. Just be careful you don't pull your tab off when you're applying the fast fuse. And then just as if you're making a normal box, you just want to fold that in and line that up and press down. Oops. I just want to stick there. Just keep going all the way around. You can get your bone folder in if you want to, just to make sure that that's good and stuck down. And that's our base. So now what we're going to do is we are going to just bend on these score lines on the acetate. I would suggest being quite careful because it just takes a little bit, and we don't want to burnish them fully yet. Just basically getting the folds marked in there. Like that, and that is effectively going to sit round like that. Just leave that there for a second, and we'll get the back panel. Just fold them 2 score lines here, and then you want to put adhesive down this side and down that side as well. Just use my fast fuse. I'm getting stuck. So then what you want to do is you want to take your acetate, and this edge here, sorry I don't know if you can see very well, you want to line that up So it's just in front of the score line. Make sure it's even top and bottom. And then you just want to press that down. Make sure that's stuck. And then you want to bring this round and put that up against that score line here. Just 44 a second. So I'm trying to keep you in shot and still get it done. Right there. So that is, and this is going to, you will need to bow it a little bit just to get that over. It does work. I've just bent my box. Put that bit to the back. It does go in because I've already tried it. 1 second. It's going to call me a liar. Right, there we go. And that does go in. One second, I'll pause you. Right, sorry about that. I was having a bit of a meltdown. Right, that's in. And what I've done is I've just attached a little bit glue to the tray going around the back. Oops. That means the front is still a little bit open. And I just use a glue dot and stick that in the middle. We don't have to worry about it being seen. Because I am going to use something to cover this up. And probably just get your bone folder in just to make sure that's stuck down. And then that's the basis. So we'll bring back our cards and our envelopes. So here's the ones we made before and the one we've just made, along with all of the envelopes. So hopefully you just stick them in like that and get your little cards and pop these in too. And they fit in lovely. To hide that glue dot on the front, I'm going to use, once I've put them, these are the new 2017 to 2019 in colour Bitty Post embellishments, and they're beautiful. They're almost like a felt, yeah, and they've got a self-adhesive, so you just remove the backing and we're just going to put that, oh, just a little bit higher, just like that, just to detract from the little thing on the bottom, the glue dot. And then what I'm also going to do as well, just to tie in these diamantes here, is I'm just going to use some more, oops, some more diamantes and just put them along here, to this side and two on this side, just like that. So now the last part for us to do is to do our lid. Excuse me. And obviously let's go ahead and just fold and burnish our lid. Bone folder's all sticky. Let's go around like that. And again, we just want to cut it in the same way that we did with the base. Let's just cut up that score line and wedge out of both sides. And again, this side. Last one. Oops. Move that rubbish to one side. I'm just going to use Tombow for a bit on all of these 4 tabs. And then just fold that around. A bit of glue squirting out there. Just keep hold of it a couple of seconds while it takes. And then this side as well. And what you can do to make sure it's going to be a really nice snug fit is just pop it on your box like that, and then fold your tabs in, and then just press that down. Just keep hold of it a second, as we did last time. I've got glue all over. Let's get that off there. And there is our little lid, which comes off and fits on. Turn that bit at the back because it's got a lot of glue on. So now what we're going to do, just to finish it off, I've got some of this silver 1/8 ribbon. And I think it's gorgeous. What we're going to do is we are going to like straight underneath our box, and then just snip the length off. I'm going to tie it round and tie it in a attempt to tie it in a nice bow. By now you'll know I struggle with bows on camera. I struggle with bows full stop, to be fair. So just round. See if we can twist it around that. And just pull that. That's as best as I'm going to be able to get it, I think. Maybe just try doing it a little bit smaller. And that'll do. And then just cut your tails to whatever size you like. And there we go. I just think it's really, really cute. And hopefully you won't have as much chew on as what I did. Little box, acetate fronted box to hold 6 note cards and matching envelopes. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.